All right, y'all, so we got a package in the mail the other day from Berkley. This is something I've never seen before. It's pretty crazy looking. Berkley Triple Minnow Rig. So it looks like there's a 3-inch, a 4-inch, and a bigger 5-inch bait. This is gonna be just like the mimicking rig, I guess, but it's almost capitalizing on acting like a school of bait. You know, instead of just one minnow, it looks like there's 3, hence the name Triple Minnow Rig, I guess. This is actually really cool packaging too. So you've got 5 minnows it comes with 4 jig heads. You only have 1 jig head, it's through the middle, so it's like a line through, it looks like. And then the 2 on the sides are kind of dummies that, you know, the fish attracted to the big school of bait, they typically always like to eat the one in the middle anyways. This is cool. Let's figure this out together. Open this sucker up. This is the line through piece. We've got some tubing here. Comes with a few extra pieces of tubing. Got our jig head. I'm a big fan of this packaging. Keeps everything in good position. Keep track of everything. Put it back together. All right, so the Berkley Triple Minnow Rig is designed to imitate small bait balls while harnessing the power of the mid-strolling technique. Ideal scenarios are instances in which fish are targeting suspended bait fish. Step number 1, set up the rig. First, thread the body cap onto the tubing roughly 1 inch down, then thread the tubing through the body. So this is 2 pieces, it looks like. We've got the body cap right here that pops right out, and then this is what they're referring to as the body. So they say thread this tubing, let's see, roughly 1 inch down. So we're threading the tubing right through the body of this thing. So we have about 1 inch left sticking out the top. That's when we thread the tubing back through the body of this bait here. This is cool. Next, thread the line through the tubing and tie onto the jig head. All right. So we haven't pushed the cap back into the body yet. I believe that that's what kind of holds your line in place. So we're gonna thread our line through this tubing. And tie our jig head on. All right, so we got the line through. Tie on our jig head. This is play-by-play, how to rig up and fish the Triple Minnow Rig right here. Go ahead and fix her up too and make it look nice. Let's see, well, we shouldn't skip any steps. All right, step number 4, or 3, I don't know. Step 4, slide the full apparatus down until the tubing is near or touching your jig head. So it looks like we've got the whole apparatus here. It's a fun word. And I'm gonna keep that about 1 inch above, and then till it's near or touching your jig head. So I'm gonna give it just, you know, maybe a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch of space between my knot and the tubing. And then that's when you push this cap in to secure the body and position your line. So you get that little space between the bottom of the tubing here and my jig head. And now I'm gonna push the cap into the body of this bait. And so what that's gonna do is essentially hold your line in place, but your line's inside this tube, so you don't have to worry about, you know, it getting frayed and stuff. It's a cool design, actually. And that kind of keeps this Triple Minnow Rig in place and holds it just right above the jig head. Then of course you're gonna just thread these minnows on, the drip minnow. I'm gonna take my other two and screw them on the dummies. I'm actually gonna bite a little bit off the nose there. Tell you what I might like to do too. I mean, you don't have to use the exact minnows that this rig comes with. I think you can even get a rig that doesn't come with minnows, but I think what I would want to do when I'm throwing this is maybe throw a slightly smaller 2 dummy minnows on, and then have, you know, the standard 4-inch in the middle. But what this is gonna do is just perfectly really imitate, you know, a school of bait coming through the water. You shake it just like, you know, your standard mimicking rig, like standard strolling technique. And I mean, I think it's gonna have some enormous drawing power. I'm actually excited to fish this. I haven't fished this yet, so curious to see how well this works. But I really think that, you know, getting the fish's attention, especially if you're throwing at multiple fish together, you know, this is an excellent type of bait to throw around those fish out in the middle, those nomadic fish, targeting schooling bait. Anywhere there's a bunch of big bait balls, you're really gonna probably be able to draw them from a long ways out in clear water with this setup. This is a big profile. They're gonna feel it, they're gonna see it come through the water. I do have this on a heavier setup though. It's a 7.6 medium heavy. It's a heavier, especially with the 4-inch, is a heavier setup, so I think you're gonna want a stiffer rod for this, but that's a really unique concept, and I'm excited to go throw it at some bass. Here we go. Ooh, that feels better. Let's go. You should have seen the freaking school of spots that just came out after that. Oh gosh. Got him. Ha. Little spotted bass. He threw off my minnow. The triple minnow. Actually, he didn't throw off any minnows. Hey, fall time, they're feeding on bait, especially like little tiny bait. And this triple minnow rig looks just like a school of little threadfin shad. So like this time of year, the water kind of like turns over certain places. The water temperature changes a lot. And a lot of times what happens is as the water temperature cools down, the shad come to the surface. So you see a lot of fish schooling. There's a lot of, you know, fun top water to be thrown, and the fish are just out there swimming around trying to find the bait because the bait's moving. The bait's moving further back into the pockets. It really just matches the hatch perfectly for what they're eating.